But if you don't want to, it's okay. Oh, you made some good stay up here.
Which I like because it also has my dad.
May 31st. That was very interesting. How this
The rate of why don't we start with this? Just and then, yeah.
Sam, my son is Baltimore. Adrian's father is Baltimore. Do they even know something? There's plenty of seats. The words to Shalom Aleichem, page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei
Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom. Page 5. Malachei Elyon, Mei Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Seichem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Yai, 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 Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Zamru Montclair. When I was interviewing here at Shomrei, Dale Russakoff talked about making a bumper sticker for us that would say, Shomrei, worth the schlep. And I know there are some people who came from very nearby today, but also some people who drove 20, even 30 or more minutes to be here with us, and we welcome you. This week, when we celebrate the beginning of the new Hebrew month of Shvat, and we imagine that even though the cover of Shomrei Week this week had our building covered in snow, that spring is coming. Spring is coming. The trees will soon start to bloom in Israel, and when we celebrate Tu B'Shvat, it's a time of renewal and replanting. And so this week, maybe a very joyful week for some of us, maybe a difficult week for some of us, maybe both, is also a week where some people here had their first haircut and someone had a promotion. So let's bring in Shabbat together with word and song at Zamru. We invite you to sing even if you don't know the words, and always to clap and maybe even to dance. We're going to continue our service with the words of Shiru Ladonai on page 13. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru Miyom Liyom, Yeshuato, Safro Vagoyim, Kevodo Bechol Ha'amim, Nifleotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Omulal Meod, Norahu, Al Kol Elohim, ay, Ki Kol Elohim, Ha'amim Elilim, V'Adonai Shamayim Asa, Hod Be'adai Lefanav, Oz V'Tiferet, Be'mikdasho, Havu L'Adonai Mizbeach Shvotam ay Shachavu ladonai behadra kodesh Chelu mipanav kol haaretz Himru vagoyim Adonai malach Abtikon tevel batimot Yadin amim b'mei yesharim Yismechu hashamayim b'tagel haaretz Yeram hayam Om lo zadai Becho asher bo ay Az yeranenu kol hatzeyar Adonai keva lishvot haaretz Betzedek ve'amim be'emunato We invite you to turn to your handouts now to the first page. Even though we finished reading about the patriarchs in the book of Genesis, when Moses tries to identify God in the book of Exodus, it is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So I thought we could sing this Afghani pew one more time this season. Remember, it's a call and a response. We're on page 1 of the handout. El Ramcha Sinya Shochen Aliyah Mahera Goel Am Shifteya Mahera Goel Am Shifteya Goel Am Shifteya Goel Am Shifteya Mahera Goel Am Shifteya Goel Am Shifteya Goel Am Shifteya El Nisava Ram Galeketz Nelam Livnei Abraham Ambachaloya Livnei Abraham Ambachaloya Amba Ambachaloya Amba Ambachaloya Livnei Abraham Ambachaloya Amba Ambachaloya Amba Ambachaloya Shochen Bashachak Mehem El Terchak Lezera Yitzchak Hosei Levarya Lezera Yitzchak Hosei Levarya Hosei Levarya Hosei Levarya Lezera Yitzchak Hosei Levarya Hosei Levarya Hosei Levarya L'irtifataka betzadata Limnei Yaakov shelach Eliyah Limnei Yaakov shelach Eliyah Shelach Eliyah Shelach Eliyah Limnei Yaakov shelach Eliyah Shelach Eliyah Shelach Eliyah Chazek ve'asef lebeit Yosef Yirbu ve'yifru kigefen poria Yirbu ve'yifru kigefen poria Kigefen poria Kigefen poria Yirbu ve'yifru kigefen poria Kigefen poria Kigefen poria The top. El Ramchasin Ya Shochen Aliyah. Mahera Goel Am Shifteya. Mahera Goel Am Shifteya. Goel Am Shifteya. Goel Am Shifteya. Mahera Goel Am Shifteya. Goel Am Shifteya. Goel Am Shifteya. We turn to page 18 in our prayer books. This melody comes to us from Jerusalem. We sing the third line down from the bottom of the page. Zamru ladonai bechinor.
I like that it's on page 18 because this word Zamru that it starts with gives Zamru life.
Zamru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor, v'kol zimra. Zamru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor, v'kol zimra. Bachar totrot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai. Yiram hayam umlo tevel v'yoshvei ba. Zamru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor, v'kol zimra. We're going to continue now with a new song on the bottom of page 1. The words in Hebrew might be familiar to you. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha. We're joyful to be sitting in God's house. But this melody is new. It's written by Ali Halpert, who's going to be in concert here at Shomrei in just 2 weeks and a day on Saturday, January 27th. So we're getting this opportunity to learn one of the melodies that we'll be singing that night. We hope you'll come, you'll make Havdalah with us, you'll sing with us, and you'll honor the memory of Marcella Bordenich. Ashrei Yoshvei, Ashrei Yoshvei beitecha, Ashrei Yoshvei beitecha, Ode Hallelujah, Selah. Let's try that again. Ashrei Yoshvei, Ashrei Yoshvei beitecha, Ashrei Yoshvei beitecha, Ode Hallelujah, Selah. I sing for you. I sing for what is holy and is true. I sing for all creation, for life and liberation, every day anew. I sing for you. I sing for what is holy and is true. I sing for all creation, for life and liberation, every day anew. Ashrei Yoshvei, Ashrei Yoshvei beitecha, Ashrei Yoshvei beitecha, Ode Hallelujah, Selah. Please rise as you're able. We turn to page 21 in our prayer books. Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Havol Adonai ben Elim, Havol Adonai, Kavod v'ozai, Havol Adonai, Kevod Shemo Yishachavu, Adonai b'Hadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai alamayim, El HaKavod Yirim, Adonai alamayim rabim, Kol Adonai b'koach, Kol Adonai b'hadai, Kol Adonai shover arazim, v'yishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, v'yarkidem kemo egel Lebanon, Besirion, kemo ben re'emim. Kol Adonai chozim lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachel midbar, Yachel Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yacholel ayalot, Vayechezo Yeharot, Uhechalo, Ulomer kavo, Adonai lama buyashav, Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz le'amo yitzir, Yevarech et amo v'shalom. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Na, 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 na. It's time to welcome the Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi. We're going to start with one of our favorite Iraqi melodies. And if you remember the rhythm, we invite you to clap along.
I'm going to do a quick review. I feel like there's a lot of new
A quick
people
review, would that be
here.
nice?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's called a maksum, and it goes like this. Doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom. Okay, so let's just break down. There's two sounds, just like it would have on a big drum. The doom, doom. And then the back of your hand is tak. So it's doom, tak, wait, tak, doom, tak. It's okay. I'm not looking at you, Melissa. It goes doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom. Dili krakala, tene shabane kapela, lecha dili krakala, tene shabane kapela, amor bezachor b'dibor achad, ishmiya krakala. Pene Shabbat nekavela. Lechadode lekrakala. Pene Shabbat nekavela. Ikash melech melucha. Umitzei mitocha hapecha. מחשבת בימי כפך, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, הנערים מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך-מי, ישי בית הלחמי, קורבה אל נפשי, נפשי גאלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בעורק קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשוחחי ומה תמי בה יחסו עניי עמי ונמנתה הרעלתי לה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסה זועזייך ורחקו כל מבעלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתן, חתן הכלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוסי בית אדוני, תריצי על יד איש, בין פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצלה, תוך אמוני, עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה,
Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos, 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 Shabbos. We're going to turn to the Yiddish words of Shabbos, 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 Shabbos. We're on page 2. We'll sing these words together, and then we'll give you a chance maybe to add one or two of your own 2-syllable words in English. Shabbos, 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 Shabbos. Soll sein jeden Shabbos. Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Lichtig, 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 lichtig. Soll sein jeden lichtig. Lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Freilich, 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 freilich. Soll sein jeden freilich. Freilich soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Shalom, 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 shalom. Soll sein jeden Shalom. Shalom soll sein, freilich soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt.
Leap year.
Leap year.
It's a leap year. 366 is a 300.
Okay, let's do leap year, guys. Leap year, leap year, leap year, leap year. Soll sein jeden leap year. Leap year soll sein, Shalom soll sein, freilich soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Another word.
One more 2-syllable word. What do we want to bring about?
Voting. It's an election year.
Okay, it's a good one, Noah. Save it. You're going to have to save it for next month in case there's anyone else who has one. Freedom. Freedom is a good one for MLK weekend. Freedom, 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 freedom. Soll sein jeden Freedom. Freedom soll sein, Lepier soll sein, Shalom soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Good Shabbos, everyone. I think the more I sing that song, the more I love it. I'm not sure why. This past week, I was in the woods with a group of rabbis, studying at a retreat with the hopes of finding new sources of inspiration. And while I was away, I took many classes, but my favorite class of all was with one of my former professors from the Jewish Theological Seminary, David Fishman. It was a class on the history of Yiddish life in Ukraine. So he shared this joke with us, reminding us that in the time of the Soviet Union, it was forbidden for Jews to study Hebrew. Once the refusnik got caught studying Hebrew, and he was questioned by the KGB. "Why are you studying Hebrew?" he demanded. And the Jew answered, "When I die, and I go to heaven, I want to be able to speak with God in Hebrew." This infuriated the KGB agent, and he said, "I don't think you should be concerned with what you're going to say when you go to heaven, because I think you're going to be going to hell, and you should be much more concerned with that." And the Jew said, "I'm not concerned about going to hell, because I already speak Russian." At the retreat in my evening course, an old friend of mine, Rabbi Jan Urbach, who's actually one of the main editors of the prayer book we use, the red one, Lev Shalem, she shared a famous story from the Talmud about the questions we are asked in that fateful moment of judgment right before we die. The beginning questions I remembered. You might know them too. Were you honest in business? Did you set aside regular time to study Torah? Did you bring children into this world? But I had forgotten this question in the middle. Tzipita lishua? Did you hope for deliverance? We talked together about the difference between hope and optimism. Optimism is a point of view. You see a glass that is half full of water, and if you're an optimist, you see it as half full. But you don't have to do anything about it. You just believe it's half full. But in contrast, hope is action-oriented. Hope is rooted in the belief that we have agency to make change. If Dr. Martin Luther King had merely been an optimist and not also a man of hope, we wouldn't be commemorating his 95th birthday this Monday. Hope for Dr. King and for the activists of the civil rights movement required, as so many faces around this room know from taking this trip together to the South, it required action not just for one day, but for years. Yes, Rosa Parks refused to move to the back of the bus in Montgomery, Alabama. And yes, 40,000 blacks in Montgomery refused to ride the bus that next day. But hope required more than that. Hope relied on ordinary people walking miles to work and carpooling and risking their jobs for 381 days. Hope wasn't just a belief that something would change. It was steady, loving confrontation over the course of decades. That's what the Talmud means when asking the question, Tzipita lishua, did you hope for deliverance? Now, the word deliverance means to be saved or redeemed from something dangerous or harmful. And likewise, we use that word when we speak about a baby being born. We deliver a baby. We save that newborn and its mother from the dangers of childbirth. In the Talmud, birth pains are associated not only with the delivery of a child, maybe in part because most of the rabbis who wrote the Talmud were men, but also those birth pains are associated with the ultimate deliverance that will bring the Messiah. In other words, the rabbis of old understood that redemption doesn't come about automatically. We have to labor for it. We have to endure the pain of the journey. We have to struggle and to suffer in order to redeem the world. The problem is that when we're in the middle of a difficult time, a dark time like this one, as we approach 100 days since the hostages were captured by Hamas, as we endure weather-induced storms, as our democracy shakes at its foundations, as racism and hatred of all kinds, including anti-Semitism, persist and even rise, we are not sure if the birth pains will lead to redemption. And sometimes the contractions feel like more than we can possibly endure. The rabbis of the Talmud lived in a time before painkillers that could block the spine's sensation of pain. And so they imagined not epidurals, but some other tool that could help with the pain of childbirth. They imagined that Torah study and acts of kindness could help us endure the pain. The students of Rabbi Elazar asked, "What shall a person do to be spared the birth pains of the Messiah?" And he answered, "Engage in Torah, the study of Torah, and in acts of loving kindness." By remembering our most precious values and by turning outwards to others in kindness, we can endure the struggle. And maybe, just maybe, one day our collective actions will bend the arc of universe closer and closer to justice. This Shabbat of MLK weekend, as we read about our ancestors in Egypt asking for their freedom and persevering through each of the 10 plagues, as we tell the stories of the hostages still held in captivity by Hamas, let us not lose our hope that our prayers and our actions will also bring us deliverance. Shabbat Shalom. We continue now with the Ma'ariv evening service. We rise as we are able. We turn to page 39 in our prayer books, and we face in this direction, east towards Jerusalem. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach,
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Baruch Adonai Amvorach. Umavir yom umeibin laila umavdil ben yom ubein laila Adonai tzvaot shemo El chai v'kayam tamidim loch aleinu leolam vaed Baruch atah Adonai Hamari v'arabim. This world needs more love and compassion, more kindness, more peace. The words to Ahava are found on the bottom of page 2. Ahava verachamim, verachamim, chesed, veshalom, ay, 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 ahava, verachamim, verachamim, chesed, veshalom, ay, 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 ahava, verachamim, chesed, veshalom, ay, 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 love and compassion, kindness and peace. Ay, 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 ay. Ahava, verachamim, chesed, veshalom. ועבדך תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Page 41. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובמלאכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאוזן ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Adonai Elohechem Emet. We turn to page 44 for the words of Michamocha. This melody comes from Montclair, New Jersey. And the story of the Exodus that we sing about in every service and that we sing about when we make Kiddush on Friday night was such a resonant story for Dr. Martin Luther King and all of the activists who followed him with all of its hopes of freedom and deliverance. Page 44. Mi kamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi kamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, oh sefele, Nora tehilot, oh sefele. I am longing for the day when we'll feel again like maybe we don't have to sing this Hashkivenu prayer for peace. When there'll be peace in Israel and in Palestine, and when there'll be peace, you can do birthright again. When there'll be peace in Ukraine, which was the home to so many of our ancestors, our relatives, our great-grandparents, our grandparents, our parents. May there be peace on this whole world. We're going to sing Hashkivenu together. The words in Hebrew and English are found on page 3. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shomecha. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shomecha. Amen. Shelter us. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Oh, Adonai. Amen. 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 Before we rise for the next prayer, I just want to lift up something I read in an email I got today from Hillel International, or maybe it was from Metro West Federation, I'm not sure, but it talked about the fact that the sale of Jewish star necklaces is up in Europe something like 50%. That more and more people are choosing to identify Jewishly in what they wear, even at this time of increased anti-Semitism. And as we were singing this last prayer, I was thinking about one of our members, Naz, who is hosting this incredible dinner on the fourth Friday in spirit of Shabbat Your Way in Verona, where she lives, for Jews from Verona, but it's really open to anyone. She's got seats, I hear, for a lot of people. A lot of people are coming already, but there still are some open seats. Naz, can you raise your hand? Just wave. And I've been really inspired, not only that Naz has responded to this difficult time by bringing people together, inviting people to have Shabbat together, but that she does it even though she feels a bit afraid to do it. And so my blessing to Naz and to all of us is that these words, Shomreinu L'chaim, that we just sang, guard us to life, that we'll associate Shomreinu with Shomrei, because it comes from the same root. And every time we think about Shomrei, and every time we come to Shomrei, we will feel protected under God's wings. So we're going to continue now with the Vishamru prayer. We rise as we are able in celebration of Shabbat. We're on page 46. Lam v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Zamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi Shabbat v'yinavash, Shabbat v'yinavash, Shabbat v'yinavash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Yasher Koach to our teens. We continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, leading into our own personal prayers of the silent Amidah. We're on page 46. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה קרצי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו, אמן. ישמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה ברכו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמא ואמרו. Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imru Amen. I want to tell you a secret that you might remember next time. You always have to stand up right after we sing that song, Oseh Shalom. So if you're thinking, I don't know if I want to stand up and sit down and stand back up, you should stand up for Oseh Shalom. Please rise as you are able. We're on page 52. Actually, we're not on page 52. How about page 56 instead? Aleinu. לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגלי ארצות, ולא שמנו משפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו כחומונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Please be seated. Shema Echad. We call to mind loved ones who died at this time in years past, and then we'll join together in the Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. Ellie Baker, Sarah Bannerman, Anita Cristiano, Rosalind Epstein, Robert Feinberg, Adele Hoffman, Martin Kurzweil, Alan Lampert, Milton Nimiroff, Moses Shipper, Sheldon Schumann, Mayor Silver, and Alan Wirtschafter. May their memories be for a blessing. Zichronah livracha. Mourners and those observing a yard sign, and it was custom and is to rise for the Mourner's Kaddish. Please rise, page 58. Yitzkadal, v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, be'amad yiverach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'v'chayed zechol beit Yisrael, b'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemed kudesha brichu, Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Please be seated. We have a few quick announcements. We have some special events coming up in commemoration of MLK weekend. Tomorrow at Shabbat services, we'll be hearing reflections from a number of the participants in our recent civil rights trip, and there'll be a special Kiddush lunch. I don't know the whole menu, but I tasted some of the sweet potato pie, and it was delicious. So I recommend you either come for the whole service, which starts at 9:45, or you come at actually 8:45 for Torah study, a new earlier time, because they love studying Torah so much, they needed a little extra time. Or just come at 11 or 11:15, 11:30, or even 12 o'clock for lunch. You're truly invited, even just to come for lunch. And we're also invited, the whole congregation is invited to go to church services at Union Baptist Church on Sunday. I don't know the time by heart, but you can look. What time? 1 p.m. 1 p.m.? Okay. And then on Monday, there's a special community-wide program for Montclair, so check your email for the details about that. Actually, the pastor from Union Baptist Church, our friend Reverend Campbell Singleton, will be the featured speaker, and it's about hate has no place, something he's been very committed to working on, particularly in this year. And then, in addition to all those wonderful events, you'll see on your tables that there are flyers for 2 upcoming events. We're having a book talk with Jay Michelson, who's recently written a new book on secrets and Kabbalah. It's his first, I think, fiction book, and so we highly recommend that you come and hear that, as well as the Ali Halpert concert, which is on Saturday, January 27th. And right before the concert, we have our next Fourth Friday. We just are encouraging people to have Shabbat dinner. If you already have Shabbat dinner, great, keep having it. If you don't have Shabbat dinner, consider having it. If you have a few extra seats at your table for Shabbat dinner, let us know. You can go to the Shabbat dinner in Verona. You can go with Lily to hear Ali Halpert lead services at B'nai Keshe. They're also having a dinner, so there are many options. All we're asking you to do is to make an extra effort to celebrate Shabbat with Shabbat dinner on Friday, January 26th. I think those are most of the announcements for tonight. We have a beautiful potluck outside. You should eat the food because it's delicious. And anything else? Okay, so we're going to close with a special song today, which is also on your handouts. It's called We Rise, and we do invite you to rise. This is a song written by another young singer-songwriter, Batya Levine. It's another song that we'll be singing at our concert, and Lily's going to help us learn it.
All right, so we're going to start where it says refrain on the right so that we can do a little bit of rhythm for this with our bodies. So we're going to go after in hope, a clap. In prayer, I'm saying this now because I'm going to put my mic down in a second and then you'll follow along with the movement. So in hope, a clap. Or you guys could do it.
Yeah.
How about it? In hope, in prayer. All right, so after we hope, in hope, a clap. In prayer, a stomp and tap. So in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. That's pretty basic, right? You got it? All right, we're good. I better plug this in, so I can't clap myself. Good, I'm done. We rise, humbly hearted,
Rise, won't be divided. Rise,
with spirit to guide us.
rise. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. We rise.
All of the children.
Rise, elders with wisdom, rise,
Ancestors surround us.
rise. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. We rise,
Up from the wreckage.
rise, with tears and with courage. Rise,
Fighting for life.
we rise. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We're right here, we rise, humbly hearted rise, won't be divided, rise, with Spirit to guide us, rise. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Gonna make kiddush. We rise.
For Kiddush. We rise. For Kiddush, we rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitchanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta, ve'otanu kiddashta, mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitchanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Right off the front page. A few months later.
Basically, I think that's what happens at our age. That happened to me in the car. Right? We're getting that.
You just got a second call this week, so we're good.
Bang, bang, bang. How are you?
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Why do I get to walk on the last day? I can just jump.
Mine here, she's done too. How are you guys? You have to, oh, when you said that, yeah, I heard, yeah. What happened? I didn't know about that. I didn't know how to prepare it.
Boys are upstairs and through there. Mama's running around getting her sandwich.
Plus, it's the only time I really talk to him is when we're driving in the car together.
Yes, and the same experience.
I'm not comfortable with how I drive. No way. Maybe the king. We let him drive to like right. Maybe that's far. Let's go across town. It's just a street shot. And then Lucky's drove me at night, maybe. And then like. All right, let's go. I know, like I'm just gonna drive to the gym myself. No. But you're right. But you know that. You drive with my kid. I'll drive with yours and we'll tell each other if we can.
That was the
After school. The lights came on. Well, Zane drove once to something. Oh, they had to go to Keene University for their Holocaust class. And I had a big back and forth with them. She was like, well, he's, sounds like they really prepared him. And it's different when you have, he's my first. I didn't even know I had him. I didn't know he's any test. I didn't even know until he was special.
birthday.